What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to Cravin Cowboys. It's your girl, Nikki, just checking in. Hey, what's up, guys? Well, happy Thursday. Hope everyone's doing okay. Welcome, Jameson Taylor. Good to see everybody in the chat. What's up? JBB Boy, what's up? Welcome, everybody. Thanks for spending your time with us today. Look, I got a special guest today. Hey, we linked up. Actually, shout out to Cowboys Fan Talk, a.k.a. Rome, for giving me a shout out. Actually, this past Sunday, unfortunately, after I lost to the Cardinals, but he actually reached out after he gave me a shout out. So shout out to you, Cowboys Fan Talk. This is actually Sports Junkie, aka Terrell. Just go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Hey, what's going on? This is Terrell, aka Sports Junkie. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get to it.
Before we get started, go ahead and shout out the other platforms you want so everybody can know where to follow you at.
Oh, I really don't do a lot of social media, but I'm on Twitter a little bit, Sports Junkie 602, and just YouTube.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. So just before we get started, like I said, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit subscribe, share it to your Twitter, share it to your Instagram, share it to your Facebook. Let everybody know we live. Let everybody know we're just going to go ahead, give our last final thoughts. Of course, we want to forget about that loss we had Sunday, but just going to give our final thoughts and, of course, just have a look at this game we got coming up against the Patriots.
Okay.
All right, so just before we get started, like I said, give your background, just let everybody know where you're from. Like I said, we got linked up through Cowboys Fan Talk. He's actually out in Arizona, and so just let everybody know, just give a feel for what it was like this past weekend when we actually faced the Cardinals.
It was bad. I'm in Arizona, so you know what I mean. I felt it a little more than the average Cowboy fan, unless they came out here to the game. You know what I mean. But for the past years now, you know what I mean, when the Dallas Cowboys play the Cardinals, it's their Super Bowl, so the city is hyped. It's a different game for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything, the hotel, everything is crazy down here. You know what I'm saying? So for me to be down here and be a Cowboy fan and actually lose to them,
yeah.
It's bad, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think we were going undefeated, but I would have rather lost to the Patriots next week than the Cardinals this week. You know, like just me being down here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it was bad, and it's still bad.
Even still now on a Thursday?
It's still bad. You got to understand, most of the people down here are Cardinal fans.
Right.
So at work, at the store, at the, you know what I mean, everywhere you go, you know what I mean. The Cardinals can lose. I had people tell me, I don't care if we lose the rest of all our games this year. We beat y'all. You see what I'm saying? So, and we only play them once a year, or once every other year usually. So we don't have a get back that we can, you know, we have to just hear it.
Right. Yeah, I think the last time Cowboys played Cardinals was when, you know, Kyler Murray was still playing, I think a couple of years ago, and it was late in the year.
Yeah, but so we don't have a get back. We don't have a get back. You know, like if we lose to Philly or some other team, we can play them again. You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't have so I got to hear this, you know, like
right for a while. I guess because that's I would think that we probably wouldn't even play y'all, or well, not play the Cardinals for at least a couple of years.
Yeah, some fights broke out in the stadium, all that. You know what I mean?
In the stadium?
Yeah, some fights broke out in the stadium.
Yeah, it must be their Super Bowl. Then they acting like that at week 3. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
They go crazy out here, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah. Just giving, like I said, a quick Cardinals recap. Just on the game, just some of the things I got from the game, and some I think lessons we learned. Like I think we saw the run game definitely, you know, still come out steady. We saw, we actually know that Tony Pollard now leads the league in carries, and as of week 3. You know, I think I think everyone's starting to see. I think this, in my opinion, I think McCarthy was just trying to see if Pollard could actually handle the workload of being a running back one. I think he's just showing that he can handle the room. You know, we see his leadership skills. You know, and we see the guys look to him. You know, kind of like, you know, how I wouldn't say how they looked at Zeke when he was here these previous years, but I think Tony Pollard is kind of stepping up in kind of his own light and just showing the room, you know, what he's capable of.
Right. With the Cardinal game, I want to watch the film on it as far as if I was Mike McCarthy, but I'm going to throw that game in the trash. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like we came out there and played Cowboy football. You know what I mean? I feel like we it was like a trap game almost, you know? You know what I mean? So I'm going to throw that in the trash. There's a lot of things we could have done different. You know what I mean? I don't think our run defense is that bad. Like the way they gashed us, I don't believe it's that bad. So I'm kind of going to watch the tape. Of course, obviously I'm the coaching staff, but I'm not going to put too much stock into that game. You know what I mean? I think it was emotional. We had just lost Diggs, 3 offensive linemen is out. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, the last minute. Yeah.
You know. So I wouldn't put too much stock into that game. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
And I think we came out here thinking we just gonna dust the Cardinals, and we was thinking about it, the 49ers or the Patriots. So I don't put too much stock into that game. You know what I mean? And as far as Mike McCarthy go, if you look at like a lot of Cowboy fans, they week to week. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the first 2 games,
we know our fan base. Yeah, we know our fan base. Yeah,
I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Everybody, the players had a bad game. The coaching might have had a bad game. You know what I'm saying? So Mike McCarthy could have done some things different. You know what I mean? But the first 2 games, the Cowboy fan base, most of them, I ain't gonna say all of them, but most of them was praising Mike McCarthy, how he did this, how he did that. You know what I mean? But now, based off this game right here, everybody's slandering the man. You know what I mean?
Right. After week 3, it's still early. So, like you said, we down 3 linemen.
Yeah. Allow us to get some data or some data. You know what I mean? The first game we was raining. You know what I mean? We couldn't really.
He said Kellen McCarthy and Kellen Shoddy. Hey, you ain't lying, Tavis. I ain't gonna lie. Even during the game, I was tweeting like, "Look, you was talking mad stuff about Kellen, his play calling, and look at you right now, McCarthy."
Right. And look how the San Diego game ended up. They got lucky the other day. You know what I mean? Look how that game ended up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't.
Kind of what we were used to. Like we saw in that in the overtime, three deep passes, and you already off the field. We know what that's like. We've been through that.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna put too much stock into that game. I'm gonna take it and learn from it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put too much stock in it. You know what I mean? I think we're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And then 2, listen, week 1 we played the Giants, right? And weather, rain, and all that. You know what I mean? Week 2 we anticipating Aaron Rodgers, he go down, so we play a backup. So we're all over the place right now.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? We all over the place.
Yeah. They was probably on cloud 9. They probably thought they was coasting, so.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And then usually, I think the first 2 games, I know against the Jets, we took the ball to try to get up and play with a lead. Yeah. You know what I mean? This game, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I think we're gonna be all right, man. I ain't gonna drag Mike McCarthy now. He can't keep doing this every you know what I mean?
Every game, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a great point, JB. Like just like you said, 4 offensive linemen playing their first game. That's an excellent point. And the broadcaster said it throughout the whole game. So it was their first NFL start ever. So they only really had playing time together, if that, in training camp, in practice. So they've never been, and they hardly really don't even have that chemistry going already. So
yeah, and Dak don't trust him. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna get on TV and say that, man. He don't trust them dudes. Because you gotta understand, like. You got to be able to trust them dudes, and sometimes they need the chemistry ain't there. You know what I mean? They not calling out each other, not helping each other out. They just lining up. They just lining up, man, and snapping the ball, man.
Right,
you know
and doing their part. They're not working as a team.
Yeah, then expect Dak to go out there and make and do a miracle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen them plays Dak was running, man. Like, ain't nobody open where I'm supposed to throw it to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he start pressing at the end because like the time running out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Backup, and even McCarthy admitted he took out a lot of 7-step drops because Dak just didn't have that time in the pocket. He was getting flushed out last week when they had on the right hand side when Terrence Steele, he was getting flushed out with his stable right tackle on the side. So you can imagine 3 backups. You know what I'm saying? In the game. You know what I'm saying? He was
thinking about the Aaron Rodgers game. He wanted Dak to step back there and be done got hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the Cardinals came in with 9 sacks. So with 3, you know what I'm saying, with 3 linemen down, you know what I'm saying? So I think Gardeck, either ended up at least with 1 more sack this past game.
Yeah, the Cardinals came in hyped up. You know what I mean? Yeah. They were hyped. They were hyped up, man.
Yes, they were smart. They definitely played smart defense though. So they
were hyped up. They were hyped up. You know what I mean? But I see a lot of people blame. So I'm not gonna blame on that game. I'm not gonna blame Dak. I'm not gonna blame McCarthy. I'm gonna blame the whole team as a whole. Just didn't show up.
Right.
You know
Jamie said I played Truman instead of Awesome. And I think I was listening to Girls Talk, Boys Talk, and I think they kind of actually really pointed out a lot of factors that went into the play calling and reasons why McCarthy just couldn't call with some of the plays that he had for the line because throughout the whole week, as they explained throughout the whole week, I think he explained to the presser that if you have an injury on Sunday, you can plan for that with leading up to the week. But like we mentioned earlier, with the lineman going down so late in the week, losing Diggs on Thursday, losing the lineman, and even losing Tyron, I believe Saturday night going into Sunday. So they only had hours really to put together a game plan for the linemen, for these backups that starting for their first game. So they literally only had hours to throw together, not throw together, but hours, put together a game plan for these linemen. So
that's true. That's true. But I think if it would have been a more important game, I think them guys would have played. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think the coaching staff, they felt like they was going to come in there and wash the Cardinals because Tyron Smith, he looked like he was mad on the sideline. Like he looked like he was mad and wanted to play. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. What's
I was actually shout out to Skywalker Steel. He actually has Patrick No-C Walker come through on the shows. I believe on Thursday, and he actually came through this morning and kind of gave like a play-by-play. If you guys have listened to that, make sure you guys go to his channel and give that a listen. He actually gave a play-by-play of what went down. Like just to give just kind of sum it up, he said that Tyron, got dressed out and he was anticipating that he wanted to play, but that they still weren't really sure, even like 90 minutes before, when they do announce, who's active, who's not active, because they went through the whole process of, naming him captain. He came out with the rest of the players. He was dressed out, but they said when they started doing the reps in the end zone, Tyron was still essentially holding his helmet, and while Chuma was taking the reps at left tackle. So they were just saying that they just weren't sure that, whether he could go or not. So he just ended up, I guess being, and I don't know, which confused me because during the game, the announcers were saying that the reason they dressed Tyron because they had to have an eighth lineman dressed out, I guess, like as an emergency lineman. So I'm not sure. I mean, I would definitely go along with what Patrick No-C Walker was saying. I'm sure I guess they just weren't sure if he could go, I guess, up until the last minute. And even up to today, just going to the next topic with the injury report, he still wasn't at practice. He was still off with the rehab group. So he still wasn't on the practice field today.
Yeah, but he's gonna be on that. I forgot what it's called, what the NBA call it, but that's what Tyron Smith gonna be on, man. He gonna play again. He need to be on that. Play a game, miss a game, play it like Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I'm glad he didn't play though, man, because he can never put back 2, 3, 4 games. It's week 3. You already over there like hurt. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like, man, I gave him his props. He's gonna go in the Hall of Fame, probably first ballot, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I'm done with Tyron. I think I'm done with him, man.
Yeah, Like I said, I give him his props too because he definitely gives us all for this team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because we need him most, he'd be hurt or something or something. You know what I mean? It's just like, dang, man. Like,
honestly, I really don't blame Tyron. I honestly, I'm not gonna. I mean, I understand the man still wants to play. And he still feels like he can contribute to the team. I actually just blame. I'm not even say blame, but I just feel they could have prepped properly. Going through the draft, they could have drafted somebody. I'm saying, I know he's partnering with Let's Go to try to take up his spot. I think they actually end up, and now he's I think really going for the right tackle position. So I just don't think I don't think they're really playing well. Solidifying the position behind Tyron. Like, because at first it was going to be Tyler Smith, but now they moved him inside to left guard. So actually, just getting to the point of what Taylor was saying about Chuma being the vet, he should be left guard. Patrick No-C Walker also said that the reason that Tyler ended up staying at guard is because he had those reps all week at left guard, so they just didn't want to throw off his progression of, because he's coming back from injury as well. So they just wanted to keep him solid at that one spot. So they, McCarthy just said, we're already coming in, with 3 starters for the first time. We don't want to move Tyler as well to the outside and switch things up.
What do you think? What do you think that's holding Jerry from Tyron Smith? Because if you look at the history of Jerry, right?
Yeah.
Romo get hurt, Dak come in, Romo don't get his job back, right? Dez Bryant, he let him go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray, he let him go. Like everybody that when they start going to Ezekiel Elliott, he got rid. You know what I mean? Why didn't he let Tyron Smith go when we could have got something for him? Man, a lot of people would have gave up something for him.
Especially when he was still relatively healthy, right?
You can't get nothing for him right now. Nothing. Right. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And about his contract needs to be all incentive based. You get paid per game.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it's down to, and the amount of snaps that he plays. I think that's what it's come down to.
JBB boy, you see Amari Cooper. That's another one. I forgot about him.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. It's like, everybody that he does.
Everybody, man. You know what I mean? And then Amari Cooper was over there balling.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, shout out to Kelvin Hicks. I see you snuck in here. What's up, fam? Good to see you tonight. Good to see you.
trying to tell you, man.
Yeah, even Taylor said, yeah, Tyler should have been left tackle. Yeah, I agree, fam. I'm thinking maybe this week. I mean, I know because even I think I heard McCarthy's presser either today or yesterday where they asked him if Tyler was going to be working two positions this week. You know, they didn't really specify, but even McCarthy just shot down the question. He's like, I'm not answering questions like that. So I think, you know, we all know McCarthy is secretive. He's not going to give out his game plan. So I'm thinking that they're probably going to work, you know, different combinations in practice, like, you know, like they have been doing before, just in case.
Yeah, because
you know, because especially with Tyron not being at practice, someone and like they mentioned earlier, maybe they even put in Austin Richards. You know what I'm saying? Because he was getting doing pretty good.
I think most of them were back in practice today, right? Zach Martin was back in practice. Beatrice was back in practice. So I think this week is going to be. It's gonna be one of the first weeks that we have almost everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we have almost everybody.
So that's excuses. Tyler has a full year rep at left tackle, and they saw Truman was solid at left guard versus Jets. I agree with you, Tavis, but I mean it is. I mean I will say it's also week to week. I mean we know these games. I'm with you, Tavis. Like I said, I agree with you. Like we saw the rest, and it was just last week, so it's not like it's been that much of a fall off from the previous week of getting reps, but maybe if they had a certain game plan, they said they game plan for these teams, you know, differently every week. So maybe
I honestly believe this week the O-line is going to be a big factor in this game because everybody know what Belichick going to do. He's going to take CD away, so that means Dad's going to have to hold the ball maybe a second, 2 seconds longer.
Right.
O-line going to have to hold up.
Right, and that D-line they're going like they've been stopping the run.
Yeah, because I think CD's not gonna have a good game. If we go off just history of Belichick,
right,
he's gonna take CD away. You know what I mean? He's gonna shadow. You know what I mean? CD's gonna this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Dak and Gallup is gonna have to maybe cook. They're gonna have to. Mike McCarthy. I hope he come in knowing this.
Yeah.
Like this is when your coaching comes in play because you knew all week you was playing Belichick. You know all week what Belichick gonna try to do.
I think it was McCarthy who played them last time we played the Patriots a couple years ago.
Yeah, you know that. And then you know Zeke coming to town, so you know he got a vendetta. He want to do his thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably why Jerry
good to see you.
Probably why Jerry want to do this big thing for him before the game. You know what I mean? Try to make him feel sorry.
Try to make him feel emotional with this stuff. I don't know. Hope we do something because we definitely don't want Zeke coming in stomping on us. That's for damn sure.
Travis Banks said Tolbert. Now, hey, you know what? I like him though.
Right.
I like him.
October, yeah,
I like him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mills, I mean, I don't know. I think CD was Dustin Mills the last time we played him, so I think Cooks. I don't think Cooks have a problem on Mills. I mean, it has been a couple of years, that they both gotten older, but I think Cooks. I think he's been doing all right getting separation, and we saw him make even in the last game. We know that touchdown didn't count, but he caught that one hand in the end zone. So I think Cooks is. I don't think he's going to be a problem. But Tolbert, I definitely want to see Tolbert out there.
I like him. But if you go back and look at the Cardinals game, we were moving the ball up and down the field. This when we got to the red zone, we got stopped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to work on that aspect of it.
Right. That's a good. I'm gonna cut you off, fam. That's a good point, JB. Tyler Smith had a full year at left tackle under Kellen Moore offense, not Mike McCarthy. I mean, I don't know if it makes a difference, but I do understand where you're coming from. It's definitely different play calling, different style offense, and different schematics. So that's
right. But let me ask you a question though. Did that offense look like the offense the week before to you? Because remember they were calling it the Texas Coast or whatever. Did it look the same to you?
This past weekend, no, it didn't look like it looked the same as the first 2 weeks, but we seen. I mean, this is my point. We seem to be taking deeper shots, but I think because we were behind. I think the reason the game plan seemed different because I think we were playing from behind.
Yeah. I think I looked at different.
I mean, like you said, we were able to come out and get ahead. So I think in that perspective, that he was able to game plan different. And even last week we had other linemen, so it's different game plan because we didn't have the linemen. Also, like I said, just playing from behind. I think, and even McCarthy admitted that he kind of panicked. Some of the play calling, he didn't want to take too many deep shots. You know what I'm saying? So he was making those short passes, but at the same time, we did see him go deep to CD. He was trying to get him, involved in the game. So I think it's just. I think week to week.
I agree with you. What is that? Nisi? It looked like Kellen Moore. I agree with her.
Yeah,
it do look like Kellen Moore was calling the plays.
Yeah, especially in the red zone.
It don't look like, you know what I mean? And me and you spoke about this. I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
everybody was talking about Zeke and Schultz. I believe that we missed Zeke and Schultz in the red zone yesterday.
No, and
I believe that.
I told you as well that I don't think we miss them.
Nah, I don't think we miss them overall, but like in the red, our best player is the kicker right now.
Man, we're just not using the personnel we have. I mean, we saw Rico catch that dump off pass and put a screen and head to the end zone. We saw him convert another third down in the red zone before we actually hit the red zone. We even saw Lukey convert a third down, but McCarthy didn't go back to him. My thing is just you're going to go to Pollard 3 times in a row. Why not just change up the personnel just one time?
Or scheme it different. You know what I mean? Like scheme a play up for that. You know we having problems in the red zone.
Right.
Scheme that different. You know what I mean? Scheme that up. You know what I mean? And get somebody open. You know what I mean? Because the tight end.
But we also kept getting knocked back by them penalties though. So he had to. I mean,
that's another thing. That's another thing I was going to.
He kept trying to run it in because we were so far from the red zone. It's like we were in the red zone, but we weren't past the 10. We were like 3rd and 15, 3rd and long as far as 3rd and goal. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing I was gonna mention too on the Cardinal game is that the penalties. That's why I say I just tossed it up because I don't think none of them guys was focused because we didn't have that many penalties couple weeks before and this. You know what I mean? Like it was a trap game, man. I just take it out. I'm as of right now. That's how I'm gonna put it because I don't believe Dallas is that bad.
No. I'm with you, fam. I definitely agree. I don't think, even I don't know if you saw Kurtz's locker room because, like he said, like hopefully
Travis Banks. The scheme was trash. You're right. It was trash.
Yeah.
That's what I said. The scheme was trash.
Yeah, man. He said, "Do you believe Mike wanted to try Kellen's old plays to see if they work?"
I don't know what.
Because I mean, they were keeping some of Kellen's old offense and then mixing in the newer offense. So it wasn't like they got rid of everything Kellen did, but back to some of the conservative plays that he had because of the alignment issue.
Yeah, Jerry. I heard somebody say, I forgot what live I was on. I heard somebody say, "Man, you know what happened?" I said, "What's that?" Jerry went to Mike McCarthy like, "Look, bro, we the Cowboys. We need some flash play. I need you to throw that ball down. I need you to throw that ball down the field, man." That did not look like the two offenses that we had, but we were up those games. So again, you know what I mean, we're up those games. So
and even in the first game, they really didn't have to. I mean, the second play. I mean, I would even say the second week of play calling with them from the first game because in the first game. We could run like pretty much the whole second half because we were up by. We didn't have to use that many plays because we were up by so much. Like it was different from the Jets game because we were up in the second quarter, but we weren't up. You know what I'm saying? 40 points or 20 points, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was still different play calling even in the second week of football.
Yeah. Well, the first game was raining and all that, so that's kind of why we stayed on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you.
So speaking of that, how you think it's going to look this week going up against the Patriots? How do you think? I mean, I'm sure he's not going to be. Because he said he may come out more aggressive this week. You know, trying to go, stretch the field, trying to maybe even go across the middle or things like that. But how do you think it's going to look?
I think this game is going to be won in the film room this week. Because Belichick is not going to let you come out there and just he's not going to do that. You know what I mean? And then the NFL is a copycat league. Right. You know what I mean? So they have film on Van Der Esch. They know he's slow. He not. I like Van Der Esch still. You know what I mean? But in some of those plays, he took bad angles and all that, man. Them holes was wide open.
Yeah, but I mean, for some reason, Curse, because they couldn't get out those blocks. It's like they were just holding hands with the dudes. Like I was like, come on, bro, like.
Yeah, so I believe it's gonna be run. It's gonna be one these right now. Yesterday, today, it's gonna be one in the film room. You know what I mean? I believe Gallup is gonna have a good. If we win, we're gonna have Gallup gonna have to have a good game. Tony Parker's gonna have a good game. Maybe even Cooks. But CD, I think he's.
I don't know about Pollard. I will say I think we're gonna have to definitely utilize one of our running backs. And I don't know if Pollard can. Because they've held defenses to 93 yards in the running game. So I just think that maybe we could utilize Rico a little bit more to kind of break down that line. You know what I'm saying? Because they like to put pressure there at the line of scrimmage, but But I don't know, like you said, like they might take out our playmakers. Like maybe, like you said, with the CD not having a great game, Pollard may not have a great. I mean, because it happened last year too. Like there's certain defense, like even against Washington, Pollard wouldn't have great games. He would still have plays. I think if we just maybe switch him from like as far like Shotty said for game planning, if you maybe utilize Rico more at the line and kind of burst through those holes and kind of open up the defense a little bit more, then Pollard can go for those home runs. You know, he can give him dump off passes or even giving handoffs to kind of go through those holes, and he can get his
I think it's even. I think it's even. So it's gonna be like, because me personally, I believe that Belichick is a better coach than Mike McCarthy, but I also believe that Dallas Cowboys got a better team. So you know what I'm saying? If you take Mike McCarthy and switch him off and put Belichick on this team,
right?
You see what I'm saying? It'll probably be a different team.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's gonna be one based on scheme, and I think it's gonna be a low scoring game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be and if this is a high scoring game, it's gonna be Dallas doing the scoring. I believe the defense, because our defense has a lot of pride. Them dudes did not like that. They were hurt, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Quinn came down hard,
Yeah, that's a good thing. You know, they did not like that. You know what I mean? So I think they're gonna come back, and it's gonna be a hell of a defensive game, I believe. You know what I mean? And Dak need to come out and just beat Dak and stop listening to all these people. You know what I mean, about what he did.
No, Dak gonna be listening to him, man. One thing I will say is I don't like when I will say this is my personal opinion when the young guys be on social media. I'm not saying it affects their game or nothing like that, but like they going back and forth, and I just kind of want to focus on the game, and I'm saying like that. But like even Taven says Rico can be sneaky. He says LVE is not a mic. Hey, I agree with you that. And then,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
He said,
like I was telling Terrell just before I jumped on here. I don't know if you guys heard that they waived Devin Harper. So we're going to see where where that news goes, because that's shout out to Law Nation. That's where I saw the news first. So
right.
We're just wondering what if they're going to bring in somebody, or like what this means for the defense now.
Yeah, I also seen a lot of rumors going around, but with Dallas, it's always fake news and stuff like that. I heard they was trying to get another receiver. I even heard a few names out there. When I heard Jeffries, I knew that was some BS though. Like, why would Minnesota do that? You know what I mean? Like, now Adams maybe, you know what I'm saying, because we're the Raiders. I don't know. But
and Garoppolo going through like concussion protocol, so it's like
you know what I mean. But me and you talked about that. We talked about that yesterday, and I remember telling you it's where Jerry thinks Dallas is. If Dallas is right there now, you plunge. You just go give up what you got to do and go. If you feel like we have everything we need, I'll plunge and go make it. I'll go do whatever I take to go all in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm going all in. Look at the Rams. When they won that.
At this point, for real, I mean, just because I'm definitely with you on that. But right now, at this present time with the news, like I would want to get somebody on defense, like
I agree,
because we already thin in that area.
But we one tweaked ankle away, CD, and we're done on that area. You see what I'm saying? So I would.
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't really utilized all. You know what I'm saying? Like CD, we haven't really. It's only we haven't even had the chance to utilize all the weapons that we do have on the team this year.
Right. But CD. All right, let me ask you this: do you agree that CD is the only number one receiver we have on the roster?
No, yeah, he's definitely number one.
Exactly. I'm only number one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine if we had another receiver over there on the left. You could put Gallup on the right, and you could put CD in the slot. I think it'll open up the whole offense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we one tweak ankle away from, Jefferson.
Hopefully nothing do happen to him.
Yeah, but it's a long season.
That would definitely shake up the offense, just like Diggs was for the defense. That would definitely be a big blow.
The best availability. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I saw earlier someone say that Ferguson needs to improve. I want to touch on that too. The tight end, I think the tight end just in general need to improve. They're definitely doing well in blocking, but like we were talking about yesterday, like Ferguson has been making his catches, but I don't want to say they're not contributing to the team, because they definitely help move the ball down the field, but he definitely has to be more effective.
He done dropped some key ones though. He done dropped some key ones.
Say it again.
He done dropped some key balls too though.
Yes, yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The best tight end we had as far as hands, we ain't had one since Jason Witten.
Right.
But when it comes to hands, you know what I mean? Like reliable, and especially right there in the red zone, you know he good for a 10 and a curl. You know what I mean?
Right. Man,
You know what I mean?
he's catching it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will give him that.
Yeah.
He said Mac Jones left the middle of the field inside the 10-yard line. I got his passing chart. And that's something to keep an eye on too, because and that's one thing I want to touch on, like about Mac Jones. Like, and I got some respect for Mac Jones. And I think he just kind of been going through it since he's been over there. I mean, we all know it's not easy playing for Belichick. And, he went through that whole quarterback, back and forth thing with Belichick last year, when he had to, pretty much essentially play for his job within the season. So, and for him to, shout to him for, just in my opinion, getting another chance, with Belichick to get, be QB1. And I think I'm not going to say he's been playing great this year because, he's been having up and down games. But I will say that there have been some instances where he's putting the ball in these receivers' hands, but they're dropping it. Or even even saw when they played Philly a couple of weeks ago, the dude didn't get his foot down inside the line. So I'm not saying he's not, not having the greatest year, but I'm not gonna say that he's somebody that we can just look past,
a lot of people don't know that though, because the Patriots is a small market, so they don't get the national press that Dallas get. That's why everything Dak do is highlighted. You know what I mean? A lot of these quarterbacks do the same thing as him, but he makes national. They're highlighted. Like I was telling you yesterday, we lost to the Cardinals, another professional team. These dudes get paid millions and millions of dollars, just like Dallas, but. Miami put 70 on the Broncos, and the Cowboys loss was the talk of the
right. It gets more attention.
So you know what I mean. So that's back to Mac Jones. I think that's what it. I mean,
because
you know who Belichick like, right?
Say it again.
You know who Belichick like?
Who?
Dak.
Well, yeah, he gave him his respect,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if they mess around and release Dak after next season or whatever, he's going to the Patriots. Watch. Better like that, man.
I ain't even talking about where Dak going after.
No, I want him to stay.
This year. Let's focus on this year.
I want him to stay, but I'm just saying, like, I just think Jerry. Jerry always talking about his.
I don't know about the Patriots. I mean, there's a lot of teams out there that would rush for Dak. I mean, I would see other teams maybe getting him before the Patriots, but
he said politics equal America's team. Yeah, like. Jerry, I think Jerry going all in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I think because Jerry haven't even really been out like he usually be. You know what I'm saying? So I think we all in this year, man. I think we're gonna take it easy. I think we just gonna try to get in the playoffs. You know what I mean? I would rather have. Would you want the bye? Would you want to get the bye? Yeah. No, I'm talking about. Would you rather have the bye or no?
Oh, you mean we going into the playoffs?
Yeah. Would you rather have the bye?
Just considering our bye week is so early, I would say. I mean, I'm not gonna say it matters to me, but I would say yes, just because, like I said, we had that whole, the holiday scheduling is usually, what it is for the Cowboys. We know we had that whole run between like Thanksgiving and Christmas where we had those back-to-back games, but it's kind of like a mini bye in between that. So I mean, and maybe by the end of the season, we may be able, if we're able to rest our players. You know what I'm saying? Then at that point, then I would, I wouldn't say it wouldn't matter, but I think keeping our guys on a good run. Sometimes the bye kind of gets them kind of off because even last year coming off the bye we lost to Green Bay, and I mean it was Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, but I just think coming off that bye week, I just like our guys to keep pushing sometimes. So sometimes we don't think we necessarily always need a bye.
I think we good this year though, man. That's why I be so disappointed because we can never just put it together. Like I just want the whole team healthy and just. Yeah, but injuries happen. I mean, we like we talking about earlier with Nick Chubb going down, Montgomery for the line. So we see other teams have major injury. It's part of the game. Right. Hey, Terrell, I don't know if you met the number one Dallas Cowboys fan. That's what I was talking about. Eastside Harold. He be in all the chats. I think I might have seen him in your chat.
The 1 and 2 Texans. Go ahead, Eastside. Go ahead, celebrate real quick, fam.
He a Texans fan?
Yeah. He claims to be a Texans fan, but we call him a Cowboys fan because he's staying out.
We got a lot of undercovers. We got a lot of undercover Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? Yeah.
2.0, he had a regular account, but he had to cancel that first one. For whatever reason, he decided.
Right. So what's your
came back as a Cowboys fan though? That's crazy.
What's your thoughts on the Patriots game?
What I will say, like I said, like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't say worried, but like I definitely want the boys, as far as the guys on defense to come back. I think they'll definitely come back to form. Because I think they'll come back and play like we've seen them before. But I would say more of my concerns on the offense because I know that number one, Belichick is definitely defensive minded, and I know that line. And I know these two have Judon. I know they have some cornerbacks out there that can possibly cover our guys. So like we said talking about earlier, I don't know if Mills is still on the team, but what I'm saying, like I think that having to be more careful. Like I'm not saying it's against Dak, but this scene he has to be more accurate with some of the throws because even in the last game when he didn't throw interception, he was close. Like he was definitely in certain situations where he was trying to take those short passes, but a lot of the guys were in double coverage, so it was like really a tip ball. Like we talking about offline, really a tip ball away from being caught by the car. Would you like to see him run more?
Like design runs. I don't mean scramble.
Runs, yeah. I would say design runs, yeah. Like as far as being flushed out, like I would hate that. Well, that definitely goes to the O-line situation we have. But yeah, as far as design runs, I wouldn't mind seeing more of those. But I think just going off Dak's reactions from the previous game, I think there'll be more than enough times where he'll hopefully. I mean, we did see situations where he could have ran this past game, but I think there's been other situations where he's naturally just because of the situation running able to convert for us. I think there'll be plenty opportunity where he'll choose be able to know where to run and where to not run. So I don't know if they need to insert more design runs, but if they do have maybe like we're talking about offline, maybe at the red zone line, maybe they could insert some design runs or maybe some sneaks or things like that.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say I want to see him run more, but I think they need the defense on the other side he has to be a threat that he might run. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, he's just not hearing the ball. You know what I'm saying? They
know that, and most teams know that too. So I think it caught other teams by surprise when he was running, when he was converting. I think that's why he wasn't able to kind of scramble those few times because they didn't expect him to stay up like that.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So, but I just every time he take off running, I'll be like, ooh, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to see him get hurt or nothing.
Yeah,
like, I'd be like, man, I know it's
like he comes down on his shoulder or the way I just don't want to land on him like this. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I think he'll be able to instinctively know when to run and things like that. So I don't know if I want necessarily more design runs, but I think there'll be opportunities where he'll know where he needs to.
I think when he hurt his calf was against the Patriots, right?
No, against the Giants.
Was it the Giants?
His calf. Oh yeah, his calf. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was out, I think he hurt against the Patriots, and he didn't even get tackled. Yeah, when he threw it to CD. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I don't you know what I mean? Because when Dak first came in the league, when he first came in the league, it was durability and take care of the ball. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now it's done flipped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want him to run the ball. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want him to be a threat to run the ball, but I don't know if I do actually quarterback designs and
I just don't. I'm not gonna say he's not because he's definitely mobile. Like I say, I think he's more mobile like when he needs to be. But like as far as like I wouldn't classify him as a mobile quarterback, but I do see him as a quarterback that will run when necessary.
What's Nisi say? Nisi, I think if I'm not mistaken, if Dak was to go down, they have to play Cooper. You can't, you know what I mean? He can't. You can't just play whichever quarterback you want unless you add him to the. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. I just barely learned that.
Yeah, because he's classified as the emergency quarterback. So like you said, like Cooper would have to, hopefully not, but Cooper would have to go down in order for Trey to get scored.
Both of them got to get hurt in order for Trey to play.
Yeah. That was the reason they made the rule, but they made the rule so that the second quarterback had to be injured as well in order for the third one to go. Yeah. And Taylor says it was a pact. The last play of the game when Dak came down on his foot. Right. Yeah. To make that
run. So that's what I'm saying. So injuries, you know what I mean? You don't even got to be necessarily a tackle. It can be some of these dudes, man, you'll be like you like even with CD out, like you're there in the game good, then you see in practice, such and such didn't play hurt practice today. Like, damn, I seen him play it to the end. You know what I mean? So, hey, man. So with Dak, I wanted him to.
CD was great though. I think that they were saying there was a veterans rest, and they also said that that's the reason why. Well, I mean, as far as yesterday, now today we know Tyron didn't practice, but they were also saying that Tyron didn't practice yesterday because it was a veterans rest day. But for him, not practicing today, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah, but I think. Do you got a for the Patch game? You got a prediction on the score? You think it's gonna be a high scoring or low scoring game?
I don't have a narrowed down prediction like numbers. I usually don't do like number predictions. I'm not because like the scores and things like that. I it's hard for I'd be guessing.
Yeah.
I guess I would say I guess kind of listen to your points. I kind of agree. I think it'll be a low scoring game just because with Belichick being defensive minded, of course, I think our boys trying to have a turnaround game. I think it might be. And because the Patriots only been, just looking at the last couple of games, they don't really score a lot of points like that. So as it is, so I think it'll be a low score. Now I would say if I gave a prediction, I would probably say maybe I say 24-14.
24-14.
Yeah,
I believe the defense gonna have a couple takeaways this game.
Yeah, I can see that too. I can see that. Because Mac was throwing, like I said, with his throws been kind of off, and with his receivers kind of being off too, I can definitely see some potential for some intercept, at least some interceptions, at least for Gilmore, because Gilmore coming back playing his old team, so he could be playing a little bit more aggressive depending on who he's going to be on. Because I don't know who the number one receiver. I guess he would be on. Will he be on the number one receiver?
But he don't travel. I don't think they travel him.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't know who.
I don't think they travel him. I think he stays on the left. I don't think he travels. He should. Maybe he should though.
I just don't think he should be on. On these young.
Hey, and Gilmore's still good, but Gilmore not as fast as he used to because I see some plays out there, man. Yeah. When they bring him across the middle, Gilmore be always trailing,
like a half step behind.
Yeah, he was trailing.
Yeah, he was like a half step behind. Yeah.
Yeah, he be trailing. So I think we need to go into more of a. You think we should play more zone?
I don't
against the Patriots.
Against I would. Because I don't really. You mean them against us or us playing them? Our defense playing zone?
Yeah, against them. I'm talking about period. Do you think we should play more zone? Period. Like our defense. Do you think we should play more zone? We play a lot of man.
I think they'll end up sticking to man. Just because. Yeah. I don't know because Juju's a little bit older, so he may not be as fast. So they could stick to zone. Just trying to give those guys a little bit more room to move.
She said 30-21. Ooh.
That's high. That's high to me.
30-21. I can see it though. I believe it.
I
can see it.
I can still see McCarthy being not conservative, but still running the ball. He did still get 30 points with the Jets running the ball, but I just see. Just depending on how our O-line looks.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be able to tell how this game gonna go the first quarter. Dallas show you they're gonna win the first quarter. You know what I mean? They'll come out and let you know we jumping off sides. We got pass interference. In the first quarter, hey man, go. You got something to do. Go ahead and do what you need to do. Because they not winning this game. Yeah. You know what I mean? They show you in the first quarter what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So if Dallas come out BSing, I'm already know what's going on, man.
They say that's a good point right there, Tavis, that Gonzalez gonna be on CD, and they said Gonzalez, I think travels, so I think he going. Well, I don't know if he's gonna. He'll probably end up holding down CD because they said he was traveling with Tyreek. They said he was traveling with I don't know if he was on AJ Brown or Devontae Smith. I can't remember, but they said he was the number one receivers.
He said he lose back to back. What did he say? He lose back to back. Yeah. Hey, but CD gonna have to learn how to be double coverage too, though. You a number one, man. You're number one. You gotta beat double. That's what a number one is. You gotta beat double coverage, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't be out, and then you can't be out there complaining, man. Just let's suit up. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man.
Yeah, Hunter Henry, Farrell Brown. I ain't heard nothing on Farrell Brown, but I did hear about Gesicki over there. They said that Gesicki was turning it up over there, and Hunter Henry. They said Hunter Henry, I think, is leading in receptions. I think over there.
See, yeah, he said the tight ends out of zone. That's what I think too, man. What's his name? Tavis Banks.
Yeah, Tavis.
That's what I said. Zone. That's what I was thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The tight ends be getting open over there. I noticed that when they were playing the Eagles, they were going to 100 a lot. That's how they were converting on the first downs on that last drive when they almost got at least to the field goal line. That's how they was getting down the field with Hunter Henry. So, and I forgot they had him for real. I think he'd been there for a good little while.
Yeah, and it's gonna be nice weather.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be in the dome. Shoot, they better be.
You know what I'm saying? So it should
he might open up the roof and let the sun in. You never know.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice weather, so it should be a good, clean.
Yeah.
On the ground, you know what I mean? We should be good.
Yeah, and close the roof. I don't want no excuse. I don't want no
the
sun out of my eyes and none of that mess. I think that happened the last time. I don't know if that was when we played. I forget who we played when Gallup had the sun in his eyes and he didn't catch the ball. And I'm like, come on, Jerry, close the roof, man.
Was that the game they had the black cat come across the
No, that's when we played the Giants. But was it the black cat though? That was a Halloween game. So that had to be at night. That was Sunday night game.
Was it a Halloween game?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
He said no closed roof. Madness Love says Commanders will win the division.
Oh man, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying?
I had a Commanders fan up in here. Okay, all right. Yeah. So I think I heard today that the Commanders quarterback gets sacked. Shout out to Skywalker Steele. Also got from the same show. Listen to this morning that Washington has allowed sacks on 37% of their drives this year.
Yeah, but what I will say is I'm hoping that the Commanders beat Philly though.
Yeah, right.
You know, right. I'm rooting for y'all. You know what I mean? Go and help us out. Go and help us out.
Y'all ain't in the division, but I hope y'all win against Philly. Y'all helped us out last year.
Go and help us out. Beat Philly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah, hey, this weekend and the next time y'all play them before we play.
Yeah. They play twice. They play twice before us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that favor.
Yeah. We appreciate it.
Yeah. That would be crazy because man, they getting lucky, man. They getting lucky in all their games some way, somehow.
Philly. Yeah. Listen, I told you this yesterday, I believe, and if I didn't, I'll tell you now. Philly didn't beat Minnesota. Minnesota lost that game. Bro, Jeffries had the ball right there. He lost it going in the, you know what I'm saying? Then they had the fumble. It wasn't even like a strip, like they took it from him. He just fumbled. You know what I mean? I was so mad. I was like, dude, man, why? This is the game.
Same thing when they played the Patriots.
Hurts to an interception.
The same thing against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay just couldn't score points. They just couldn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, man.
That was crazy. I'm like, how?
They keep getting these breaks. I'm like, why do they keep getting these breaks? Right. You know what I mean? This dude throwing interceptions. Right. And then the interception he threw, I don't know who he was throwing to. It was right to the dude.
Man, look. I was like, how they getting so damn lucky?
Yeah.
As long as y'all got Dak, y'all won't go past the first round. Well, I think as long as y'all have, we going past. We went past the first round last year. I don't know if you saw with Dak. And then second of all, I don't know if y'all even get into the playoffs with Howard, but we gonna see at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying?
Now they might make the playoff, but like I told you yesterday, it's 3 teams, and Washington is not one of them. It's Philly, 49ers, and Dallas. That's who's gonna represent the NFC this year. Washington, y'all just playing for y'all fans and have to have a good season.
For real though. Hey, but shout out to y'all for having sold out stadium this year.
Y'all ain't making no noise. Y'all ain't making no noise. And we're gonna beat y'all twice. We're gonna get 2 wins on Washington.
I don't like that. And that's something that we use a lot, and it's definitely effective when we use it. So that's definitely something that we got to look out for. Because we know they got Ramondre Stevenson, and they have Zeke. So we definitely expect to see that.
Watch Belichick. Watch. Belichick gonna have something up his, like I'm telling you, he's gonna have something up his sleeve.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Dak Owns Filthy. What's up, fam? How you doing? Welcome in here, man. Welcome in. Yeah, like Niecy said, they should be 0-3. You're not lying, sis. And the refs. Hey, that too, sis.
Who's she talking about?
A lot of penalties.
Philly.
They didn't call on Minnesota. That they should have called. Like when he went straight to the dude's face, they didn't call that. That should have been roughing the passer, man. They had a lot of help from the refs. They over there
fighting amongst each other. Who's it? Smith and Hurts.
Sideline, yeah.
They over there fighting amongst each other and stuff. They out here.
He keep going to Smith, but he ain't giving Brown the ball.
He went to him down there the first. He went to him a lot this last game.
Yeah, he had to. He was on his ass. Shit. He told him, "Look, this is the last chance you getting, dog." Like, I feel the same. We were talking about before with I said the same thing about Diggs with Josh Allen. Like he getting tired.
Yeah. He got one more game. What I tell you? One more game. He got one more game.
Yeah.
He gonna start hearing it on TV.
Right.
He over there complaining. He want out.
Yeah, man. Look, week 8. What you doing, Stephon Diggs? What you doing week 8? Like you talk about getting Adams. Shoot, let's go ahead and get Stephon.
Oh yeah.
All them false starts.
We have both the Diggs.
Yeah, right. For the next 5 years, let's go. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, they do. I agree with you. What was that? That was it. Eagles cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Man, the crazy penalty. They'll never get called, man. Never.
We be having like somebody like I don't know how they get away with a lot of this stuff, man. They get away with a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's facts, Nisi, right? And they had the nerve. I mean, I would rather you not even throw the flag. You're gonna throw the flag and have a quote unquote discussion and then pick up the flag. The dude was in Gallup's gut. Like
which one you talking about? Oh yeah, he didn't even have his head turned around or nothing. That's automatic pass interference. That's what they say. Your head needs to be turned around. Man, that was automatic.
All day, right?
That's automatic. You know what I mean? And I don't even care if they don't call it, but if they don't call it like that on both sides.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying too, man. You know I mean? He says Bill will have a plan. Y'all seen the press conference, right? He know us. He seen that tape. He did a whole speech on us.
I told y'all. Remember, I told. That's what I've been saying. Bill, this game is gonna be won on scheme.
Yeah.
Because listen, we have the better team.
Yeah.
But Belichick knows that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He knows we have the better team, so he's gonna scheme against that. That's why I don't believe CD is gonna have a big game this game. But I don't need him to be over there on the sideline mad like
Jalen,
because this game is not gonna be your game. I can see Gallup having a big game. You know what I mean? Tolbert, Cook. I can. You know what I mean? Maybe even tight end might get some play. You know,
that's why I want to see the tight end step up big time. Like it's getting to week 4, and they like I'm saying like, and we need to get. Speaking of, we need to get a wide receiver in the end zone. We going to week 4 without a wide receiver having a touchdown.
And you know what else I would like to see more? I would like to see Tony Pollard more in the passing game, a little more.
Yes. Yeah, I heard them mention that on Girls Talk, Boys Talk as well. Like most of his touches are coming out of the backfield where he's getting handoffs. He's not really getting a lot of passes. Yeah. And
if they do, they like a little screen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
He caught a White in the building. What's up? How you doing, fam? Good to see you.
He caught a few bombs last year, didn't he? For touchdown.
Yeah, I think he had one in the Minnesota game.
Yeah,
in the Rams game. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think what I'm saying is, and you know who I think I just forget his name right now. Turpin. I think he should be.
I want to see him in the backfield again. Or like maybe some screens. He has that speed.
Yeah. They need to find a ways to put our players in space. Like put them in position where they can use their talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just don't give him the ball up the hole. You know what I mean? Scheme a play for him to get in open space.
Right, exactly. I agree with you.
Especially Turpin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's really what I want. I want to see Turpin just get involved more because I think, even that touchdown he had, I don't know if it was last week in the Giants game, like he dove in that end zone. He been wanting to get involved. Like this whole I just love that Mike McCarthy finally is putting him to use. And really in a good way, like we see him getting passes and getting, like I said, getting handoffs in the backfield.
And he almost was that last game? Yeah, at the kick, the punt.
Yeah, it came back as penalty.
They called it back, but he was, you know what I mean?
They said 61 yard penalty brought that back. We were on their 23-yard line. That's almost red zone right there.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel you, Tavis. Yeah. I want to see Tolbert again too because he had them first down conversions. I believe in the Jets game, and I think I got his confidence up. Yeah.
So basically, what we were saying, they need to use all their players. They have talent.
Yeah.
Put it together.
Right. And that's really what I want to see. Like you mentioned earlier about, hopefully not, but if something were to happen, even like a tweaked ankle, if he were to miss a game or two, like we had other weapons that can step up, that can hold us over. And like if he does need time off, just like with the O line going down, we do have the guys. They just need the reps in practice, but we do have the guys in order to step up. We do have the depth on defense as well to step up. Even with losing Diggs, we have I even saw a tweet earlier. We have Nashawn coming back, Nashawn Wright coming off IR, and even with Lesko too. And he has reps in practice too, but he just got to get the chemistry with the rest of the line, and then depending on where they want to, they want to put him at left tackle. Right. And then Lewis him at right tackle during preseason. So it's but I know he had reps before at left tackle. So it just it's really just a I wonder where they're going to put who when people do start coming back to the roster.
Yeah, I usually wait till probably like a week 4 or 5, like a quarter of the season. That's when you kind of really know what you're working with.
Right, and even for those guys coming back, they can even wait till I mean, I don't know about Lesko because we're having some problem right now with the O line, but when they maybe not even Nashawn either. I would say maybe wait till the bye week, let them fully rest up and get some reps underneath their belt. But and even with some tough games we have coming up, I would say just depending on how with scheming and everything. But maybe these guys can go ahead and get some reps in early.
I agree. You know what I mean? But what they can't do, this is what they can't do. Dallas Cowboys need to worry about the Patriots. Right. Don't worry about the game after that.
Right.
Leave that game. Was it 49ers, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Leave that game alone.
Right. No, I'm with you, fam.
You know what I mean? Because that's what the world is. That's probably going to be one of the most watched. That game going to be ratings crazy. And they hear it. Everybody is waiting on that 49er Dallas game, but it's not going to even mean as much if you go down there with 2 losses.
Right, exactly. You know the kind of steam train that the 49ers is on right now.
Right.
We can't go in there with 2 losses and talk about even if we do go in there happen to be like we went in there with 2 losses, we can't go in there with 2 losses, and even if we do win, it's it don't mean much.
Right.
And even like you said yesterday off camera, how even if we do beat them within regular season, the whole narrative now the narrative gonna change to we gotta beat them in the playoffs.
Well, that's being a Dallas Cowboy fan. Yeah, that come with the territory. That just come with it. We can beat the Patriots tomorrow, 49ers next week. They still have. It's just gonna be a whole. We're not gonna get no problems. We ain't gonna get no credit. We can go beat Philly, all that. We're not gonna get credit for that. We're not gonna get no credit until we do something in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Or go to the NFC Championship. You know what I mean? Or something like that. You know what I mean? Which I feel like this is one of our best chances to go, because I don't feel like the NFC is deep. I don't feel like the NFC is deep like that this year.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? We saw the other 3 teams that were quote unquote undefeated. Those teams that were NFC South, I think they all lost this past weekend.
I don't care if they won. I don't see. And then I watched the 49er game. I didn't see. Don't get me wrong. The 49ers.
That was the Giants.
I know, but I'm saying it's like I don't see.
I'm saying like, and that was the Giants, and they came out struggling in the first quarter.
Without Saquon.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like I'm not talking about them. I believe they're a good team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is it's 3 teams: Philly, 49ers, and Dallas.
Yep.
That's who coming out the NFC this year. So if Dallas want to make a run, this is the year to do it.
Right.
Philly not over you guys, like as far as talent and all this, and you know what I mean?
And execution, because shout out to Cowboys Fan Talk again, aka Rome. He tweeted out, actually to Laura Brunson that I think we're 27th in the red zone, and Philly is 25th. So they're not that much better than us in the red zone right now.
Well, yeah, Laura Brunson, he be on us.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, like you said, as far as like in effectiveness and execution on the field, they're having their struggles as well. Like we were talking about earlier with the interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So and like we talk about with 49ers, they're not looking, necessarily impressed. They definitely, as the game went on. I mean, we know that the Giants were kind of beat down, but as the game went on, they did start looking better. They Purdy did start connecting on those throws. And granted, most of those throws were going to, I think McCaffrey, on the line of those screens they were having, but they were being more effective. They were being more effective as the game went on. So, but they had their struggles as well. So, like you said, there's not really, the NFC is not necessarily as scary,
it's not.
And they're seeing at the beginning of the year.
It's not scary. You know what I mean? Dallas got to stop playing down to their competition.
Right. I agree.
You know what I mean? They need to come prepared and treat every game like It is the 49ers because they played hard against the 49ers.
They were doing that last year. We saw that in the year before. We went into the Broncos. We took them lightly.
Yeah, we'll go beat a team that we're not supposed to beat, then go lose to the team we're supposed to blow out.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? How we did? What game was that last year? We blew out somebody. It was like 50 to. And then the next game was Atlanta. But then the next game we went to was it the Jaguars?
We lost. We lost.
You know what I'm saying?
We lost the Jags. Yep.
It's like, God, man, bro, you get me up and then you get me down.
Yeah,
you know
man.
I'll be talking crazy, man. I'll be talking stuff, man.
Just out the day, I think that's why he kind of mentioned that he in his press that he was so hurt that it didn't look like his defense. And I think he kind of thinks, like this is how we think, like we would think that the defense is past that point where you're looking down, you're looking down or you're playing down the competition. We're in a new year. We have a new kind of intensity. Like we should be playing differently than that.
Yeah, what's that right there? The tush button isn't working. Is that you?
Nisha says, I guess the tush push isn't working no more. that's the play with. I don't know. I mean, they were using that a lot. On 3rd and 1 and 4th and inches.
Philly. You talking about Philly, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel like they get down there and do that. This unstoppable play. You talking about when they get on the one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's an unstoppable play almost, man.
That's their go-to.
Yeah, that's an unstoppable play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
you can't stop a whole line coming at your line and people behind them pushing. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even want Dak to do that though, be honest with you. I don't even want him in there, man.
No, not at all. No.
Hey, let me ask you a question. I heard somebody say this. I don't know if me and you talked about this off air or not, but I heard somebody say this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather them deactivate Cooper Rush, bring in Trey Lance, and use Trey Lance more in the red zone?
I think I heard some of those, like when he first got traded over here. I heard some of those someone's arguments. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would prefer it maybe later in the season, because I think it was on that show I was listening to. Or actually, no, I think it was in McCarthy's presser saying he's only been here for a month. So McCarthy pretty much said he's still doing the quarterback school. He's still still learning the playbook, things like that. So he's still learning. He's not
Yeah.
I think I'm sure at this point, he's not taking. I'm sure he's taking reps, but I'm sure he's still with the third team. You know what I'm saying? So I think at this point, it's still really early in the season.
You wouldn't want to see him at all, though.
Like I think like late in the season, like week 16, 17, like maybe playing the Lions or when we play Washington again. If we're sitting our starters, maybe at that time we could do something. But it's way too early in the season. I mean, for me,
I'm just saying we need to try something because that red zone is.
It's still. I just think it's still early. I mean, we haven't utilized all of our full personnel, even in in the situations. Because even McCarthy was saying he couldn't use those packages, or he felt like he couldn't use those packages for Juice. He felt like he couldn't use those packages even if he brought in Turpin because of the O line. So there was a lot of things taken out the playbook because of the O line.
What you think they need? What do you think is like 3 seconds, 4 seconds?
I think it's the intensity of the line coming back, because even like I mentioned, even with last week, Steele was getting, he was, granted he was going against the Jets, but he was getting whooped on that side. So it's really any given game where a lineman can have a good or bad game, but you're taking the chance of having like we talked about earlier, 3 to 4 starters, having the name in NFL. I think McCarthy was just being really safe in that game, not trying to get in a bad situation.
A lot of people don't understand that the offensive line is not plug and play. Each person might be individual talented, but when they all together, it's a chemistry that they, you know what I mean? It's not. It seems like it's plug and play, but it's really not.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not. You know what I mean? When you have multiples missing, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah, and even when you do have those same guys, it's about, like you said, it's about where they play, because it's about having that chemistry in that certain play. Like we talked about earlier with Tyler Smith having reps all week at left guard, but you can't necessarily, because he just played, left tackle last year, you can't necessarily just take him out at that position, put him at left tackle, and switch Schumer inside the guard, because it's all about the chemistry that you have, even going from the center, going to the right tackle, because you're bringing in Hoffman, he's different, so you don't have that chemistry with Hoffman. I'm saying, Schumer, also if you happen to bring him in, so it's just a whole different bunch of combinations. They gotta have that chemistry with that order.
They know each other's movement. They know each other's. They can call out plays, and then after that, it leads to that. Now that gonna have faith. Now his timers in his head is speeding up because he You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so you know what I'm saying. So it affects the offensive line, affects the whole play.
Yeah.
That was a great play that got called, but the offensive line didn't hold up, made it terrible.
Right, exactly, and really in some situations, there wasn't necessarily the offensive line playing bad. It would just at certain times in the red zone we had those penalties, so it wouldn't even be a bad play. It would just be a penalty at the wrong time, so that would push us back to third and long inside the goal line.
You said
he said 2 seconds. Dak is good.
Dak is good.
Yeah,
hey, 2 seconds is quick though, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
think
say
he was getting the ball out in 2.1 seconds. I think the fastest time that weekend.
I think the first couple of games it was all like a rhythm. Like by the time he gets to his last step, the ball was already coming out. It was like on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was doing like quick 2-3 step drops, and it was out.
Yeah,
it was out. It was nothing.
It was out. It was almost like it was almost like said throw it to that receiver.
Yeah, right.
Like he already knew where he was going in his head.
Right, you can tell it was a much crispier like game plan. He was going before he even even McCarthy, he was getting the play out before the play was even done. Before he was
20 seconds. 20 seconds left on the clock. We can go up there and see everything.
Right,
you know what I mean? It was more so like Dak, this play go to CD. CD ain't open. You know what I'm saying? Your hot is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and Dak, it ain't open. He was going right there. It was almost like he knew.
Exactly. So with this game, you got 3 to 4 new starters in your face. They're trying to learn the play you're calling, and they gotta like you said, figure out the chemistry amongst each other, how to move with the line with that particular play. You got to know what's coming. You got to know what Tony's going to be doing behind you. So it's just a lot. A lot.
But you know what? I like that. I think Dak is better when he gets to the line and has 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah, that time.
When he can look over and see what's going on. He can hard count to see. He can bring CD in motion and see if they a man, they in zone. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things you can do. Yeah. You know what I mean? He can just call up a whole bunch of dummy stuff up there that he ain't saying nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They did mention that it was really, even McCarthy said that even though it was a lot of Cardinals fans there, of course, they said it was also a lot of Cowboys fans. So they said it was really a very loud environment. They said even, I think, on the second drive, that they had to go to the silent count because it was so loud. So they had to
in Arizona.
Yeah, in Arizona. Yeah.
No, that's not true. It's more Dallas fans here than it is Cardinals.
That's what I'm saying. That's what McCarthy said. It was Cowboys fans as well.
Yeah. It was people fighting.
Very loud. Yeah.
Hey man, yeah. It was a lot of. You know what I'm saying? It was blue. The whole stadium was blue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he said it was definitely very loud. So that has a lot to do with it too, the silent count. So trying to imagine starting in your first game, trying to go off a silent count. You know what I'm saying? They said that the very next play they had a false start because they weren't used to the
right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to go into that.
Did you happen to see the Cardinals sound of the sideline or whatever?
No, not yet. The Cardinals one? Oh no, I ain't seen it yet.
I don't never watch it, but I watched it today. Man, they came prepared for it. They were ready for Dallas. They heard all the news. Like the Dallas, the best defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, looking at how the Cardinals actually got prepped for the game, they said that the coach was like, we hear the noise. You know what I'm saying? They came hyped up.
Listen,
I seen the videos with Dobbs were stop responding to Parsons saying he was going to have darts thrown at him. Like they was.
Yeah, I seen it.
They heard the chatter.
I seen it. They was ready. They was prepared for Dallas. They seen it. I watched.
Yeah, James Conner, he had a whole different. To me, he had a whole different intensity to him. I wasn't even sure if he was going to be playing. Like they said, Zach Ertz was dealing with an injury early in the season, so I'm like, so they definitely came in different. They came in ready.
Yeah, they were prepared. Like those are grown men over there.
Yeah.
You know, it was a gang of bulletin board material, and Dallas didn't even have to say it. It was all the talking heads.
Right.
Dallas, this dude is Lawrence Taylor. You know what I mean? This is a legendary Bears defense, Ravens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They hear all the noise.
Even on some of the Cowboys radio shows, they're even saying like they still can't believe that particular roster did that to the Cowboys defense, because it's like they don't have that many like you said, it's grown men, like they play in the pros for a reason, but you look at the names on the roster, you're not thinking that this squad is going to do that to this defense that we had these past 2 weeks.
They didn't come. And then you got to understand, I think Diggs was, not only was he a great asset to our DB room, his voice. Remember how he was going at Dak in training camp?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so he's a big, you know what I mean? Like,
big influence. They said. I think they said that losing him was big for the locker room. They said that it was their brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Parsons made a statement like that too. It was like they lost. You know, it was a downer for them.
Yeah, Dan Quinn, when he mentioned it in his presser, like you can actually see like that he even the emotion was still in his face. Like the energy, felt it.
the energy, everything. You know, so
yeah.
That's why I said.
Dan Quinn even brought up saying like even in that moment he wasn't like, because a lot of people were saying like, you know, people in media and stuff like that saying next man up. You know, we got the depth, this, that, and the third. And even Dan Quinn was like, well, at that present moment, like we weren't even thinking about that. Like this is our brother. Like he can't have this moment with our team this year. Like he's gonna have to be at home or the sideline. He can't. Yeah, he can enjoy this year. So it was. I think it was just like I said, it was just a really big impact.
And they're all happy for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's got his money and he's on the sideline. And then it was like a whole unit, just like when Michael Parsons he stripped that ball. They called a touchdown back, but he stripped the ball. All them dudes be running down there, happy, celebrating.
And every time they make a defensive play, even on the first game when they had that the blocked field goal for the return, like everybody was around.
It's like a family. So one of their family members
went down.
You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? I never thought for 1 second we were going undefeated this year. You know what I'm saying? No. But I didn't want to lose like that.
Right. Yeah, that was in that fashion. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It shouldn't have been like that. Especially like I said, no disrespect to the Cardinals, but especially that kind of team that we all thought was going through a rebuild that lost their quarterback. They don't even, they don't have their starting quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure, not just the team, I'm sure, a lot of fans, a lot of people in Dallas, didn't think that we were going to that game losing.
Now, let me tell you something, right? So this is how this is about to play out. See, the Cardinals got up to play us. I told you I live in Arizona, so I know how the Cardinals look at Dallas, right?
Right.
I think the 49ers play the Cardinals next, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm.
They're going to smash the Cardinals, right? Yeah. And then they're going to come, then it's going to make Dallas look, you see it coming, right?
Yeah. They do it on purpose, man. Like the whole setup, man.
You see it coming. I know you see it coming.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it coming. Now, if it was the opposite way around, see, Dallas don't get that.
Right.
So it's coming.
I was telling you about that with the Philly schedule, like about how they playing these K teams before they play us at week 9. But we, that's saying we have a hard schedule, but we got 49ers coming up. We got the Chargers coming up. You know what I'm saying? We had the Jets who had Aaron Rodgers at the time when they were setting the schedule. So we didn't have, the Patriots. We didn't have, the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? These teams that don't really have these playmakers, or that had Vikings had playmakers. I just don't know what's going on with them. They're just not playing well. So they might be. I heard some talk about them even trying to might be sending it. Well, I know it was just talk, like I said, but the Vikings might be coming off of Kurt this year and trying to, you know what I'm saying? So they not in. The contract taking a lot of money.
Yeah, they're not in all the way. That's why I said Dallas is in all the way. We need to just go and handle our business, man. You know what I mean? And this our year. I really believe that. I'm not speaking as a delusional Cowboy fan. I really believe that this is the year. I'm not gonna say win the Super Bowl, but if we ever had a good chance, this is the year. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not a deep NFC, and then a lot of us is gonna eliminate each other. You know what I mean? Like Philly if we get the bye, Philly and 49ers, they gotta eliminate each other.
Right, exactly.
Y'all gotta come to Dallas, whoever or whatever. It's the easiest year. There's no excuses. Like what is that?
We got some tough teams coming up.
Stephen White, no excuse. I'm like, no excuses. Yeah. This year.
Yeah.
No excuses this year. Unless we have like a major injury or something crazy happen, there's no excuses this year. Yeah. If I was the owner, Jerry Jones, I'd be mad. I gave y'all everything, man.
Yeah.
You got everything.
Yeah. I mean, he's like you said, he's signing back players. He's signing back staple players that we need.
No
excuses. You know what I'm saying? And especially on the defensive side, you know what I'm saying? These are, Donald Wilson, you know what I'm saying? Malik Hooker, like we're gonna have safeties for a while, you know what I'm saying?
And that right there, you see what he said, Tavis Banks?
Yep.
And that's why we get treated the way we get treated on TV, because everybody know we get to the big game, and in order to get that off of us, we have to do something and take that away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got Stephen A. leading the campaign, and he's not gonna stop.
Never. Everybody jumped on now. That's like that's a hot ticket now.
You know what I mean? And I told you this yesterday, and I said I hate to admit it, but I told you this yesterday. I said the what people tell us say about the Cowboys is they'll beat all the easy teams and lose to the playoff teams. Yeah. And I hate to admit it, but if you go look at the schedule in the past, it almost seemed to be true.
We have we talking about that off camera though. Like we beat the Bengals last year. We beat some tough teams.
Right, but I'm just saying the teams like I just want that stick. It's hard being a Cowboy fan. I promise to you. Yeah. It is. You know what I mean? I want that stigma off of us. And this year is the year because all Philly fans, because even I got a few friends that's Philly fans, and I tell them, man, y'all didn't win the Super Bowl last year, y'all lost. But their answer to that is we won the Super Bowl a couple years. Y'all haven't won. See, they've won a Super Bowl and been back to a Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, you know, I want that stigma off of us, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're not. And now the thing is, y'all never win a Super Bowl with that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he got to prove. I mean, everybody in the game for a reason. Dak got to prove it. I mean, as much as you don't want that stigma on his back, like he said, like it's. I mean, that's what it is. It is his 8th year. You know what I'm saying? He is, getting. Not. I don't say because he has, I think, some years left. Like you said, like so many years left on his contract. Like he does. He is on the window. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, he got to go get it done, man.
Yeah. You like sitting there, even just like hopefully it's not like last time, but. I think that may be the reason why they haven't, reached an agreement as far as contract. Maybe they're trying to see how this year goes and see
you
how
got to get it. You got to get it done, and if you don't get it done, you can't be the reason that it don't get done.
Right? Exactly. McCarthy,
you know what I mean?
McCarthy too. I think on that because his contract. I think over in a couple of years too. I think at the same time as Dak. So or either this. I think this year is his last year or next year. I can't remember, but I know it's coming up.
They were hollering. Remember the Dallas community was up in the uproar. They was hollering Sean Payton. You see what Sean Payton got done to him the other day?
And he 0-3. Like what is he doing? And you got Russell Wilson. You got like we were talking about before. Like you got receivers over there.
Man, I don't care who you got. 70.
He said 70.
man. That's like.
And then got mad in the press conference when he was asked about it. It's like, come on, bro. I mean,
Shannon Sharp say, man, dude, I don't know what y'all did, but you allowed to score.
I think I got what's his name?
You allowed to score more than 20.
I had like 2 fumbles in that game.
Yeah, you allowed to score more than 20.
That turned into points. So that's at least 14 points on one dude. So it's like
wow. You know what though? Right. Check this out, right? Did you see that game? Did you see some of it?
I didn't. I watched the highlights of it. Like
okay, all right. I watched it. The way after they were up by so much, the way that Miami was just running little simple plays and these good dudes was going to the house.
Yeah.
When the defense gave up like that, it seemed like they wasn't even there. That's how Dallas looked like they played
against Cardinals.
They were just, man, come on, man. Ain't nowhere in the world that's open up. Ain't nobody over there. Ain't nobody over there.
It was so bad. They had to fast forward the highlight reel to make it fit within the 5-minute window. I'm like, bro, like 10 touchdowns. I think it was 10. I'm like, man, I ain't never seen that. Not in the NFL.
Yeah, we got to get our stuff together because I don't not want to go down there and play Miami, man, and they just embarrassed the.
Bro, come on. And what's funny, I had just tweeted. I told you about my girl Star. I just tweeted her talking about some. Seeing them put up 70 points, I'm like, man, Christmas is gonna be real interesting. And then we turn around and get the L. I'm like,
yeah. See, I don't want to lose, but like I just said a few minutes ago, sometimes it's how you lose.
Yeah.
We lose like a last minute field goal by 7 or something like that. Fine.
I mean, I don't know because look, that Jags loss, bro, losing off an interception, that was last minute. That was supposed to be a catch, man. And so losing, like you said, losing like that would definitely be like a gut punch. But like,
yeah.
They said about like last minute field goal, I can deal with that. Like like score for score, I can deal with that. But like a turnover or something like that, like that would be definitely like.
But this is not new. Miami was like this last year too. Just got hurt.
Right.
They were doing this last year. I don't know if people forgot.
Yeah, and it was early in the middle of the season.
Yeah, dude had like 2 in concussions or something like that.
Two times,
yeah.
3 times, something like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he back.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, I'm really just praying for him. It's like, I just hope because like, man, because like you said, 2 or 3 concussions in 1 year. That's really no joke.
And then back the next season. But them dudes over there, I seen
I didn't think he'd be back for week 1.
Yeah, I seen the thing the other day. They said they got the top 5 miles per hour since 19 something. You see that?
No, I ain't see that.
Yeah, I gotta find it exactly.
Wow. I'm not surprised though. Like they got some speedsters over there.
Yeah, I think Tyreek was number 3. Imagine he was at number 3. He was at like yeah.
So we were what?
It was all Miami players too. Man, it was like he was at like 21 point something per hour. The other one was like 22. Like
yeah, that's gonna be that. Yeah, look, if they want to, like if the defense want a challenge, that's gonna be a challenge.
Zone, you're gonna have to zone that. You are not playing man against that.
And look, we thought Gilmore was getting dusted. We thought he was getting dusted last weekend. You know, you imagine Gilmore out there on man. Come on, man.
What you say, Nisi? Randy Gregory. Well, how would you feel about him?
Gregory, man, I don't know. Cause I know they did. I know. Well, I don't know, but I know what they put out as far as the story about like the wording in his contract. That's why he left. But I don't know. I don't necessarily believe in guys coming back like after they.
Right.
This is my opinion. Like,
but listen,
how he left.
That's what I was going to say. How he left. Yeah. Remember how he did? He put out that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So I don't know, especially with it. And I think after that he responded saying like, you know, I think he put out. I forget exactly what he said, but I think he put out a tweet after what went down, like about the wording in his contract. So.
I try not to. I like Randy Gregory, but I try not to hold grudges. But I was mad at that dude for a long time. Do you remember in that San Francisco playoff game?
Oh my gosh! Don't tell me he tackled the lineman.
You know I'm going like, oh my goodness, dude. We stopped the play.
Dumb plays. Like
stopped the play, man.
Bro, like, why are you? What's wrong with you? Like, are you that aggressive? Where you got man. He had nothing to do with the play.
Yeah, and we stopped that play.
To the ball.
We stopped that play. You remember that? He did something down, and he's good for a good.
He's good for a dumb penalty.
For one game. He
at least one game. Offsides or something like that. Man, yeah. Man, look, even Steven said, why, bro? Like,
why what?
Why he tackled the lineman? That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, that was major in that game.
Huge.
Like, that was at a. So I haven't forgot that, man. Like I feel like, and then on top of that, and then that's another guy that Jerry rode for.
Gregory?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Jerry had his back behind all kind of stuff, bro. And then you did.
Yeah. He had his back and everything.
Hey man,
got up some slack. Like, look, dude. Yeah, he got up some slack.
Man, a lot of owners would have, you know,
they wouldn't even blink.
Yeah, Jerry, you know, he had his back, man. I think. How was the other guy doing? I haven't been keeping up with. He's still in Chicago, the one that left too.
Oh, you talking about Quinn?
Yeah, Quinn. Yeah.
Last I seen, he went to Philly. After that, I don't know if he was even there long. I don't know if he's there now, but I don't know if he's out the league or what. But
he was a shit.
I don't think he did much after he left. Yeah,
disappointed. You're right. Disappointed. Yeah, disappointed, man. You're right.
Disappointed. Better, especially from like. Oh, he said the Browns. I don't know. Let me look it up. I ain't doing shit. What was that?
The Browns. Who is that? What he announced? That's what he's saying.
I don't know. I'm looking it up now. Like I said, last I heard, he was with Philly.
I think he went to Chicago.
Doing anything there? No, it said he's a free agent, so yeah, he's not even in the league right now.
So he doesn't see.
Damn, man.
Yeah. But I don't blame you. Go get your money.
Right.
Go get your money. I don't blame you. You know what I mean?
Contracts. Yeah. Right.
Go get your money, man.
Yeah.
Go get your money.
Maybe he's chilling now. And actually speaking of that, I'm like, we were talking about that. Talking about just running back in general, like I know Fournette is not on the team. Like I'm wondering if he's gonna get picked up late in the season because like we see Kareem Hunt went back to the Browns, and I wasn't even surprised about that.
Me neither.
I don't know. They should let him go in the first place. And this is my opinion. Like them. I mean, maybe because they wanted something. Because I think they should have kept on. I think his name was Deontay Johnson or the other running back they had
for Cleveland.
Yeah, he was turning up. I think
they always had two. They always had Chubb and
Hunt.
Yeah. It was like a 1-2 like type.
Hunt. Yeah. I thought that was a good deal for them. That's why I was so surprised.
Yeah. Well, see what happens is, but this dude right here is getting he's RB1.
Yeah.
So and then if you feel like you RB1 when it come up for contract, you don't really have no negotiate. Right. You don't have no.
They seem to be going back and forth. Like at one point they would be using Hunt more, and then the other situation they would be using Chubb. They started going
Chubb was better, but I think they were equally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that could be because sometimes this running back, we were talking about yesterday when I asked you, do you remember me asking you, do you think Tony Pollard misses Zeke?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes Zeke would come in, he's starting, but Tony Pollard finished the game. But Zeke done kind of softened the defense. Now Tony Pollard come through with them little space plays or whatever. And now you don't see him doing that.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So that two running back system is kind of.
Yeah, I mean it helps. I mean, I'm not saying a lot of teams are picking up on that, but I'm thinking that a lot of teams are going to start seeing that. Like maybe they're not going to maybe not sign. Like we talk about how change the careers early, but they may not go after big name running backs, but start just using that 2-back system where they can have, not saying Zeke, because we know what Zeke is, but saying having a Ramon James Zeke, you know what I'm saying, or having, saying two running backs that aren't necessarily who won a lot of money. But even Williams going down to the Saints, I think he got hurt too. I think he's out. He's on IR right now. So a lot of these running backs, like I just feel bad for a lot of these running backs right now.
Yeah. But the Patriots was winning championships. And they didn't even have no Hall of Fame. Like they had Dylan one year. I think
I don't even know. I forget like the last well-known running back they had. Like I know they had.
Exactly. I know they had Dylan, right?
The dude who went to Miami or something like for a year. He came from the Patriots. I can't remember his name, but I think he was a running back there for a long time. Then he went to Miami.
Plug and play over there.
Yeah.
Go over there asking for a whole bunch of money as a running back.
Right.
See, don't you get out of there? See, don't you?
I agree with Stephen White. He said I would like another Tank. True end bookends. That's what. And actually, speaking of that, for me, Sam Williams been kind of quiet.
Who?
Sam Williams. Like I don't know if he's like. I mean, I know he was dealing with that turf toe kind of coming into the season, but I'm wondering if he's just being quiet in general, or if he's getting washed out, or like if he's just if he's maybe waiting for a game to turn up. Because Fowler was out there a little bit, but we saw him miss that tackle. So I'm just wondering, like a lot of guys are fly on the ends.
D-Law had a good game though Sunday.
Yeah, he had a great game. Yeah.
Everybody else didn't show up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 2 D ends that can hold the edge, speedsters on passing downs. Yeah. Having another Tank would be amazing on the other side, man.
Yeah. Because he be killing that run. Even when they had was it 4th and was it 4th and 1 or something like that? Or
I think it was in the goal line, and he grabbed the dude's foot, and I'm like, oh, D-Law, man. I think it was on that 2-point conversion.
No, it was that, and there was another one when they were trying to, you know what I mean?
He's always in there, man.
He be plugging it. He be plugging it.
Yeah.
Randy
again, maybe. Girlfriend was the issue, or Randy again, maybe.
Listen, Randy Gregory. Okay, that done came up a few times, right?
Yeah.
So with Randy Gregory, his talent is not the issue. I think we don't mind bringing him in there. But we don't need him because we don't need him coming in there messing up this mindset.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They were saying that about Collins too. Like when Collins got released from the Bengals, saying that they could potentially bring him back. But I was kind of saying that about Collins too. Like I don't think he would be like in the same mindset with the rest of the room.
I know it's not as bad, but go get Antonio Brown.
The receiver?
No, I don't mean it. And literally, like I don't mean it literally. But what I'm saying is that why people want to do it, he's still I'm pretty sure you do can still play.
No,
but you don't want to bring that into your locker. Now I'm not gonna say Randy Gregory like that. I don't want to go to the extreme. But what I'm saying is you don't want to mess up nothing, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Unless you actually have to somebody go down or
right, exactly. Like we were talking about earlier with CD. Like if something happens, then yes, when you go get that kind of player.
His attitude, right. His attitude, and on top of that, I feel like bringing him in. I think D-Law he's comfortable with his position in the team, like the ranking.
Yeah.
Like Parsons is like you don't hear him complaining, none of that. Gregory might come in there and not understand that it's a pecking order now.
Right.
And Parsons is here. Yeah. Even though you're a veteran, more like, no, you need to come in and play your role. Yeah. And I don't feel like he'd be able to do that.
No, I feel you on that. I feel like that. Maybe that's how he felt when he was here. Like maybe he felt like he was competing with D-Law. Like maybe that's why he felt like he needed more money, or maybe like he felt like his contract. Yeah. I'm sure D-Law didn't have that in his contract, so maybe he felt the way.
But you know what?
About them putting in his contract.
But you know what? Sometimes a player goes elsewhere and get their money, so they got their money.
Right.
Now they come back and it's, you know what I mean? You're different. Hey, you got paid.
Like you were saying, it's different out there. It's different, and when you go to a different market, when you go to the Denver, you think you're getting the same coverage over there in Denver you was getting in Dallas.
No, and when you retire from Dallas, you don't have a job. Yeah, and you retire from Dallas, you're gonna have a job.
Right.
Look at Tony Romo, that dude got a job. You know what I'm saying? Nate Newton. You know, so all these dudes, all these dudes,
all got a job up and through Dallas. They all got a job. Okay,
anybody want a job? You got a job. Who can play for Dallas? We got a spot for you.
I hear all the announcers doing the commercials. I'm like, wait, y'all doing the radio show and the commercials? Y'all got a job for life.
You got a job. And even if you don't get a job, you can start your own YouTube channel. I was a Dallas Cowboy defensive lineman. You know, you know what I mean? That star means something. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Yeah. People come to Dallas, they have commercials and all that. You leave Dallas because you want your money, you get your money, but nobody hears about you.
Right. And then you start having all those the sponsors and things like that, or the commercials and like that, because you have a source of income.
Yeah, like that. He had all them commercials. He wouldn't have had all them commercials in the Patriots or Seattle. You know what I'm saying?
That rookie contract he ain't had no money.
Yeah, every time I turn on the TV, this dude got bad commercial. This dude had all kind of commercials.
Right. Kansas City, you think they come on. He said my home got like 5 commercials, bro.
Yeah.
All for the same company, like really?
That star on your helmet. And Jerry gonna go to work, go to bat for you.
Exactly.
Even after after you retire. And Jerry take care of you. Look at Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith. Them dudes all be in the skybox. All that. You know what I'm saying? All that.
Let's be there in the end zone.
Yeah. Look at Moose. He got a job.
Yep.
Moose Johnson, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what Jerry be telling you too. Listen, man. I'm gonna pay you, but you gotta take this discount because it's some with this star. You know what I mean? It comes. You know what I mean? That's why he wanted to get Dak.
You gotta wait on it. It's like an investment. You just gotta wait on it.
That's how he tried to get Dak. Dak was like, "Nah, I want all my money."
Right. And he said, "Don't give me 5 years. I want 4 years. Don't play with me."
Yeah, I want to come back. I want to come back to the well.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want to go back. You know, he paid Zeke.
Yes. On one time, though. He said one time. After that, he was like, "Look, bro."
Hey, you know what I mean? He paid Zeke. Dak. I don't know why. I was gonna say Cooper, but. You know what I mean? He gave up a first for Cooper, but then he didn't want to. I don't know why he let him go for nothing though.
Nothing, man. It was personal. It was personal with Jerry for that one, man. It was personal.
It had to be.
Yeah. And the reason you give a number one receiver, man. I mean, you don't have. Not saying at the time we didn't have one because CD wasn't what he was today. So he's still developing. So you
I know, but he costs a lot of money though. He costs a lot of money though.
Yeah, I think it was like $20 million.
Yeah. He costs a lot of money, man. He costs a lot of money.
Yeah, but yeah, man, we really just chop it up at this point. But like, everybody's still rocking with us. We appreciate y'all coming through and saying, I don't know if you got anything to do, but we're go ahead and sign up here, y'all. But there was a quick thoughts on this past Cardinals game, and of course the game we got coming up this weekend against the Patriots. Like, I heard it was actually a discussion point early on. I think it was Talking Cowboys. Kyle Yeomans was kind of asking the guys like whether they think this game is a must win. And of course, I think it was Isaiah staying back on there with him, and he was saying I think mentally for these guys that he thinks it's going to be a must win for them. But of course, statistically, it's not right now early in the season, not necessarily a must win. I do like the point that he brought up that it might I think in these guys' mind it's going to be a must win because they're going to have to go. Of course, we all know the game that's next, but not even just because of the game that's next, but just because I think for the morale of the room, Philly's got to get their confidence back up to kind of get where they, kind of get back to where they were, the first couple of weeks. What do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a must win. And the reason I say that is because, and I'm judging this based off of a lot of different things. Philly is 3-0. So you don't want to get too far behind Philly and they get 3-4 games up on you and you ain't played them yet.
And now
that head-to-head make a lot more sense because you got to think we just lost one, so that put us 2-1, right? Yep. We go lose to the Patriots, that put us 2-2. Yep. The Niners ain't no easy, just guaranteed win. Most definitely. Now you're 2-3.
Right.
Then you go to San Diego, you're 2-4. Then you go get a bye week 7. Now you coming off a bye 300. Hey, listen.
Right, less than right.
You don't want to,
Yeah, that's and we'll really be talking about Cooper Rush and Trey Lance.
Yeah. So it's not a must win as far as what they call it, like as far as going to the playoffs and all that. But you don't, and then too, we're talking about Philly. You don't want Washington to get too far ahead of you, too.
Right. Yeah, because I didn't look at their schedule, but I'm sure, I know all of our schedules are pretty similar. So,
right.
And they're going to be facing, teams like the Cardinals. They're going to be facing teams like, Seahawks like that. So,
then you got the Lions over because it might come down to NFC.
Right. Like the Lions. Yeah, they definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
mentioning them, they're trying to win some games.
It's a must win. It's a must win.
Yeah,
it's a must win.
Oh, so y'all did. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, I guess y'all did hear my dog in the background. Sorry about that.
I thought it was my dog. Might have been mine.
Yeah, and like Niecy said, because Cooper talked publicly about Kellen and his scheme. Yeah, and really, this past offseason, the whole locker room did. And they spoke to the fact that it just wasn't easy trying to, learn his scheme and trying to get in the right position, and the quarterback trying to figure out what position he needs to be in and things like that. So. Definitely glad that it's going. The scheme is a little bit easier for these guys to be able to get on the same page this year.
Yeah, I think it's a salute to you, Stephen White. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think it's a must win. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's a must win. Like, you know what I mean? And not only that, I feel like it's a must win emotionally for the team. I mean, the Cardinals just did that to them. They go and lose that to them. What do you think that does to the psyche? The psyche.
Yeah, it's like probably the opposite for them. I'm praying it's the opposite for them, so they can go in the 49er land and maybe do a little ass whooping for themselves too, and help us out a little bit. Maybe bring them a little bit.
All right.
We some Washington and we some Cardinals fans this weekend, y'all. Hopefully, like we mentioned earlier, hope they come through and do that favor for us.
All right. Salute to y'all. Thank everybody for having me.
Like I said, thanks for spending your time with us this evening, you guys. And what is it, Thursday? Thursday, yeah. I don't know if I think the Lions and Packers playing tonight. I probably catch a little bit of that, before one to bed.
You're breaking up.
You sound breaking up?
Okay.
All right, fam. Well, yeah, thanks everybody coming through. I hope you guys have a good night. I will see you guys later.
Good night, y'all.